Hello there and welcome back, my friends. In this video we are just going to be having a little look at my shrimp tank. This is a QubiQ 30 by Superfish and I've had it running now for almost 2 months. We're just coming up to 2 months. I set it up just after Christmas and I added the plants and the shrimps pretty much at the same time, but since then I have also added some more livestock. I have shown these in previous videos, but I thought it would be worth actually talking about them and telling you what they are. So firstly, the main fish are little killifish, and these are Norman's Lampeye killifish. They're a really cool and underrated fish that you don't see very often in many tanks because they just simply get overlooked, purely just because they are a little bit grey, but their eyes are what are attractive about them really. They glimmer and they shine when they swim around, and that's why they're also called lampeyes. The other fish that I have in this aquarium is very similar in how it looks to the killifish, but it's actually a type of medaka or rice fish, and it is, I can't really pronounce it very well, Oryzias, forgive my pronunciation, woworae. And this is a real stunner of a fish. As you can see there, that's the male. There's 5 of them in there, and they are extremely blue under the right lighting. The females not so much, they're a little bit duller, but they're still a really nice fish. There's a female just behind the rock there, and it almost looks like they're breeding, which would be really cool. I haven't seen them do that behaviour before. Now rice fish, the way that they breed is they actually stick the eggs to the underside of their body, so the females will carry the fertilized eggs around with them, and they're one of the most easy fish to breed on the planet, so much so that they're actually used to study genetics. They're a type of fish which the genome has been completely kind of discovered, and then they can use that to do genetic experiments on them. So a really cool fish to have in the aquarium. The other type of fish that I've added are Otocinclus. Now I did add a couple of Otocinclus, but unfortunately the other one died. I don't know why. It wasn't for lack of food, because that's something that's happened as well. I've got a bit of an algae bloom, but we'll go into that in a second. So Ottos are a great little fish for this kind of aquarium, this kind of size, because they'll get in and amongst all of the leaves and on all of the surfaces and give it a good clean. Also for cleaning, I've added a Nerite snail, so I think it's like a zebra Nerite snail, and this one's doing a very good job. I've only had it in there for a couple of days, so it hasn't really got round everything. But the reason I added it was because I have a slight issue with hair algae. You can see on the plants that hair algae is kind of growing over all of them, and I'm a little bit disheartened by this because I thought I'd set it up perfectly, but there you go, you never know what's going to happen. Even if you think you know what you're doing, nature will prove you wrong. I think a lot of it is to do with the fact that I have allowed the sunlight to come in. Now the reason I did that, because previously there was a black bit of felt there just covering up the window to stop the sunlight getting in, but I noticed that the plants weren't really growing very well. It was very slow, especially the floating plants that are on the surface. You can see they're growing really well now, but before that everything was a little bit lackluster, going a bit brown and dying. So I thought I'd let some sunlight in and see if that boosts growth, which it has done. The plants are now starting to grow a little bit better, but I'm also getting the algae. So hopefully once the plant's growth kicks in, we'll see a reduction in algae. Now the main reason I set this tank up was actually to keep shrimp, so it's worth mentioning that the shrimp are doing a really good job. Now you'll see the fish are a little bit interested in them, but I haven't seen them ever kill any of the shrimp, so yeah, that's to be seen, but I'm sure they'll eat any little shrimplets that appear. But the shrimp are doing really well. I haven't lost any as far as I'm aware. They're quite shy. There's lots of different types in here. You've got the black bumblebee shrimps, I think they're called, and we've got the crystal red shrimps, and then there's all sorts of different types, but they just chill out and hang around in the rockwork and under this lotus, and I haven't really seen them very much. They come out in sort of waves and then they disappear again, but they're still there, and they're doing really well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the fish that I've added to this tank and how you think it's coming along. Despite the algae, I think it looks really nice, and it goes really well in my shed and lights up the corner really nicely. So thanks again for watching. If you have liked this video, please drop a like below, and also if you're not subscribed, hit the subscription button and also enable notifications so you can see my new videos as and when they're released. Once again, thanks very much for watching, and happy fish keeping.